Hello everyone. So in this lecture I am going to start normal subgroup. In the last lecture we seen what is subgroup of a group. Now we'll see what is normal sub. Okay, so guys, let us begin with the normal subgroup. Normal subgroup. So first of all, normal subgroup is a subgroup, isn't it? So we can say that a subgroup may be normal or may not be normal. So what we'll see, so before going to start, I want to discuss cosets, isn't it? So first one we'll see what is coset, what is left coset and right cosets. After that we'll see what is the normal subgroup, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to start with cosets. After that, once cosets are clear to you guys, then it will be very easy because the definition of normal subgroup includes cosets concept, isn't it? Okay, so write down what is coset. So let us consider, let G comma star be a group and H comma star be a subgroup. Let's say subgroup of group G, isn't it? Then we can say that for any A belongs to G, AH is equals to A star H such that H belongs to capital H. That is called left coset of H determined by A. Determined by A. Similarly, HA is equals to H star A such that H belongs to capital H is called a right coset of H determined by A. So we'll take one example, so no need to worry at all. So we can say that two concepts, we can say that coset, it could be either left coset or right coset. So what is the difference? AH is used to represent left coset and HA is used to represent right coset. So what is the difference here? Remember, G is a group, capital H is a subgroup, isn't it? So we can say that here, yes, AH, we can say that for any A belongs to G. So here you can observe one thing that this A is what? This A is an element belonging to the group G and small h is an element, we can say that that belongs to the subgroup H, isn't it? So A star H, we can say that that is known as left coset and H star A is known as what? Right coset. I hope this one is clear to everyone. So let us consider one example. I'm going to take one example. Based on that, we'll see what is left coset and what is right coset, isn't it? So let us take one example. Let's say, let us consider, yes, consider a group. Yes, this algebraic structure is given and this algebraic structure is what? That is group. It is also given that is a group. Otherwise, you can verify with the help of Cayley table. But it is given that this is the group. So you can make the Cayley table, that is addition modulo 4. These are the elements in the group 0, 1, 2, 3. So you can construct the Cayley table 0 plus 0, mod 4 it will be 0 only. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Similarly, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is what? This is 0. This is 2, 3, 0, 1. This is 3, then 0, then 1, 2, isn't it? So that is a group. Yes, that is a group. You can check whether this one is a group or not. If you check all the properties of group, that will be satisfied, isn't it? So there won't be any problem, isn't it? So you can see all the properties of the group, like we can say that first one is what? Closure, associativity, existence of identity element, existence of inverse element, all these are satisfied. Now consider one, let's say H, that is 0 comma 2, isn't it? Now H on addition modulo 4, that means what? We can say that 0 comma 2 on addition modulo 4. This one is a subgroup or not? Yes. We seen in the last lecture, let's say this is 0 comma 2, this is 0 comma 2 addition modulo 4, this one will be 0. 0 plus 2 will be what? 2 only. 2 plus 0 will be 2 only. And 2 plus 2, 4. 4 mod 4 will be what? 0 only. So we seen in the last lecture that this one is what? That is the subgroup of a given group. Yes or no? So this H is what? This is subgroup. Now we'll check whether this subgroup is a normal subgroup or not. So we'll see with the help of cosets. First we will find out the left coset as well as right coset. And after that we'll see what is normal subgroup, isn't it? So first one we'll see what is the left coset and what are the right cosets, isn't it? Okay, so we can check one by one. So let's say first one, left coset. After that we'll check right coset as well. So yes, we can say that left coset determined by 0, determined by 0, also determined by 1, determined by 2, determined by 3, isn't it? So from the definition you can conclude that they are in the definition. You can check this one. Here you can check A is what? A is an element belonging to the given group. So for we can say that in this particular example you can check, yes, 4 elements are there in the given group. 0, 1, 2, 3. There are 4 elements in the given group. So every element of the given group can determine, isn't it, the cosets left as well as right coset. So we'll see determined by 0 is equals to what? You only tell me. Yes. We can say that 0 addition modulo with the 0 will be equals to 0. And 0 addition modulo with 2 will be what? 2 only. So we can say that 2 results are there, 0 and 2. So you can write down that is 0 and 2. Similarly for 1 you can check that is 1 comma 3. For 2 it is, we can say that 0 comma 2. And for 3 it is 1 comma 3. You can verify with the Cayley table, that is we just make this one, isn't it? So we just made the Cayley table for the given group as well as the subgroup. So from that we can easily conclude that determined by 0 will be what? Yes, we can say that this one. Yes, that is 0. Yes, we can say that addition modulo 4 with 0, that is 0. Left coset means we can say that the element that will determine must be inside the in the left hand side, isn't it? And in right coset that element must be in the, yes, right hand side. Similarly for 1 we can check that is 1 comma 3. For we can say that 2 it will be what? 2 comma 0. And for 3 it is 3 comma 1. Yes, I just wrote this one only, isn't it? Right, these are the left cosets. Similarly we can find out the right cosets as well. right cosets. So here also we can say that yes, right cosets are determined by the 0, determined by 1, determined by 2, and determined by 3. So now we'll see from right to left. That means what? Here we can check. Here we'll take all these elements 0, 1, 2, 3. We will check for what? 0 and 2. Isn't it? So now right to left means we can say that here A will be in the right hand side. So A is what? 0, 1, 2, 3. All elements. Isn't it? And in the subgroup only two elements are there 0, 2, and that will be in the left hand side. So similarly we can say that for, yes, we can say that 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes, let's say 0, this one 0. Yes, we can say that 0 addition modulo 4 with the 0, that will be 0 only, isn't it? So next we can write down this one will be what? We can say that that is 0 comma 2. Similarly this one will be what? 1 comma 3. This one will be what? That is 0 comma 2. And this one we can say that that is 1 comma 3, isn't it? So no need to worry at all. Let's say yes, this is the table of the given group 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 0. This is 2, 3. Then 0, 1. Then this is 3, 0, 1, 2. Isn't it? That is the table. Yes or no? So in the left coset, what we'll see? Yes, determined by 0, 1, 2, 3. So that is the definition A star H. And here H, we can say that H belongs to capital H. That means subgroup. So here H will be 0, 2. So we'll see for 0, 2. Yes, 0, 1, 2, 3. So here we will getting 0, 2. Then for next we are getting 1, 3. And for next we are getting that is 2, 0 or 0, 2. And for third we are getting 3, 1. Isn't it? That is the way of left coset. Isn't it? Now for right coset, what we'll see? Yes, for same table we can assume that let's say 0, 1, 2, 3. This is also 0, 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 0. This is 2, 3, 0, 1. That is 3, 0, 1, 2. Isn't it? Okay. Now for right coset, what is the definition? That is H star A. Isn't it? So we can say that H belongs to capital H. So 0, 2 will be belonging to the capital H. Yes or no? So we can say that now this H must be in the, yes, left hand side. So here 0, 2, and here all elements will be there 0, 1, 2, 3. So for 0 we'll see 0, 2. Yes, that is 0, 2. For 1 we can say that that is 1, 3. Yes, that is 1, 3. For 2 it is 2, 0. Yes, that is 2, 0 or 0, 2. For 3 we can say that it is 3, 1. That is we can say that 1, 3. So that is the simple way how to find out the left coset as well as right coset. Isn't it? Remember here one group will be there and one subgroup will be there. So we can say that for the yes given group and subgroup both are given, then we can find out the left coset as well as right coset. Isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. Okay. Okay. So moving to the next one, let's say what is the definition of we can say that normal subgroup? Yes. So write down what is normal subgroup. So let's say a subgroup capital H of a let's say group capital G is said to be a normal subgroup of G if and only if AH equals to HA for every A belongs to G. That means that is the left coset and this one is what? That is right coset. isn't it? That means if left coset is equals to right coset for every element, isn't it? For every element A belongs to the given group G, then we can say that that subgroup is known as what? Normal subgroup, isn't it? For example, let's say in the previous question, we can see here for 0 determined by 0, that is 0 comma 2 in left coset as well as in right coset. Determined by 1, that is 1 comma 3 in left as well as right cosets. Determined by 2, that is 0 comma 2 for both left as well as right. And determined by 3, that is 1 comma 3, that is also same in both left as well as right cosets, isn't it guys? So I hope this one is clear to everyone. So in the previous example, you can see that the particular subgroup is not only a subgroup, that is the normal subgroup as well, isn't it? I hope this one is clear to everyone. So that was the concept of normal subgroup, isn't it? So yes, we can say that that is subgroup, and we can say that and normal subgroup, isn't it? Similarly, in the properties, we can see similarly, yes, properties, yes. First one, the intersection of any collection of normal subgroups of a group is a normal subgroup. Second one, the union of any collection of normal subgroups of a group, we can say that may not be normal subgroup, isn't it? Oh, so these properties are same as we seen in the subgroups also. So that's all about, we can say that normal subgroups, and we can say that that is all about the group theory. So these concepts are very much important for any competitive exam like GATE also. So that's all about normal subgroup and group theory. In the next lecture, I'm going to start graph, isn't it? Okay, guys. So thank you so much.